Hello everybody, welcome to another LEGO Room update. It's Jordan here. Today we're going to be talking about potentially making some big changes to the LEGO City layout. Whew! What sparked these changes? Well, not too long ago I got asked the question, which LEGO City or LEGO Room layout do you prefer better? The old one or the new one? And I was like, you know what? I much prefer the new one because you can see our shelves top to bottom. You can see our city. There's more space for activities. And I just think it works better and looks better, which I still believe. But I'm thinking about making some big changes specifically to the LEGO City, and we're going to talk about them today. I just need to think out loud about this stuff and sort of hear your feedback. Just make sure you watch the video because I've got lots of ideas, and I'm probably going to answer your questions and concerns in this video. So what are we planning on doing? Okay, so our layout. Just a big shout out to Stings Bricks once again for helping us create these amazing tables. They are absolutely fantastic. It consists of 4 tables. One over here with the amusement park. That's one table. One right here with Pop Culture Street, the residential and the beach, and then the boatyard and also the campground. Then these 4 tables were connected to one another using 2x6s. Right here, 2 of them. And that's the same thing with all of the tables. So it's actually one large table that's all connected now. And then we top those tables with melamine. Perfect. It works awesome. I love it. It's a beautiful display that sort of allows us to separate things. So it's like the amusement park, Pop Culture Street. Everything sort of gets like its own area that looks awesome. It's not really how like a LEGO city or a city itself would be laid out, and have come to the conclusion that we are running out of space. So we have like 8 base plates. That's 32 by 32 base plates available for expansion right now. And we've got some things on the way. The Venetian houses, the bowling alley, probably a new modular building in January, whatever LEGO decides to give us, like the Sanctum Sanctorum, maybe a new amusement park ride, whatever it may be. Also, we've got I think 3 rebrickable models that can take or that will take up, I think 4 more base plates. So as you can tell, we are running out of space. So there is a solution to our problem. And the only way to fix that is to do one of 2 things. Remove things from the LEGO City. Beautiful things like farms and boatyards and campgrounds, Ninjago area, zoo, amusement park. But you know what? I'm not a fan of that idea because I love those things. Those are like some of my favorite things to build. I love doing landscaping, and when we get the amusement park and zoo done, I love those things. It's going to be fantastic. It's what I enjoy to build. So I'm not going to get rid of that stuff. So what can we do? Well, we can expand our LEGO City tables, and how are we going to do that? Well, just like we did with these 2x6s back here, these guys, we're going to do the same thing up front here, or we would do the same thing. I haven't 100% decided yet. But we'd take 3 of them and we'd connect in 3 different points. And we would do that to all 3 of these large sort of aisles right here. Then we would take melamine, this stuff here, and we would slap it on top. And that would connect all of the tables. Now I know a lot of people want us to do this, but they want us to put wheels on it like this here so that these segments can pull out and move. However, where are they going to move to? There's not really anywhere to move them, right? So to have them be able to move is sort of pointless because I don't know where I would move them to. So it sort of rules that out. How big would I make these connecting platforms that would sort of fill in these aisles here? Pretty big. I'm going to show you right now with this handy dandy tape measure. So where the table starts, this is actually where it is right here because we expanded that with base plates and it's all pinned in spot there. So this is like floating train track. So it starts there to where it ends is approximately 10.5 base plates or 105 inches. Who remembers the old LEGO City layout? I'm not talking about the old LEGO City layout in this room. I'm talking about the old LEGO City layout in the old house. Well, those tables were 70 inches. Yeah, pretty big, right? The cool thing about making 70-inch tables is the fact that I can reach 35 inches from one side and I can reach 35 inches from the other side. So I'm thinking about making the inserts right here 70 inches. That would leave us 35 inches inside. I'm sorry I'm working in inches. It's just easier for me to visualize. I can't work in centimeters when doing this stuff. I have to work in inches. It's just a bigger measurement that's easier to use, in my opinion, because I've been doing it my entire life. So I can't change. But yeah, so I'd make a total insert right here that would be 70 inches long, leaving us 35 over there in the center. And I would do the same thing over here and the same thing over here, making one big rectangular city again with 3 access holes. One of them over here that would be 35 inches by 25, and then 35 by 20 and 35 by 25 over there. It'd be pretty cool, but there's some negatives about this, you know. There's some negatives. Can't all be positives. We gain a massive amount of space for the Lego City, but what about the under table scenes? You're not going to have as much visibility to see all these things that we want to do. In order to see them, you're going to have to crouch like this here and sort of peer through underneath the tables. Luckily, there'd be no more legs because they're connected. So this change doesn't increase the amount of legs down here, but it does decrease the visibility of these areas. But it adds more base plates up top. So yeah, another negative thing is I can no longer walk through the aisles like this. I can't do this anymore. I feel so free. I would have to crawl underneath and pop up through the hole. Quite a few negatives. Another negative is we'd pretty much lose access to all of this storage. Not lose access to it, but lose easy access to it. Yeah, there's a lot of parts down here. So of course I whipped out my tape measure again and I was like, what can we do? How can we resolve that problem? Well, we can actually add not quite 2, but only 1 more stack of drawers right here. And we would remove this cabinet. We'd put that cabinet right where this garbage can is, so the drawers open this way. Unfortunately, it doesn't fit here. I could make it fit here if I move this leg to the outside, which I could very well do if I wanted. But then we'd have the drawers right there. We'd move those things over around here so they'd open up where underneath the table. I'd have to crawl down there, unfortunately, to gain access to those drawers. And I just have to condense all these parts and stuff, and we'd have to fit them here. You'd have 1 more drawer unit, then we'd take these mini ones and we put the mini ones in one big stack as well. Then we could extend this piece of wood all the way along so we can fit 1 more big set right there. Or 2 or 3, whatever. Just a few big sets, tall sets right there. So that's the solution to the part problem, and we'd gain more space. But what does that mean for the Lego City? Because this layout is pretty cool, right? I sort of like how it's isolated. Now this would all be connected. There'd be 49 more base plates, which is crazy. But obviously the layout would have to change a little bit too. The train would no longer curve and curve around and go around here. The train would come probably all the way through. Probably all the way around. Or maybe turn here and go into the tunnel. I don't know. And then we would no longer have the train here, so we'd gain our reach space here because it's harder to reach back here because I'm losing half base plate right here because this once again is floating off the tables. So there's a lot of things to think about because we can no longer walk down the aisles. We can no longer have easy access to all of the stuff under here, and we can no longer see this stuff as well as we can right now. But we gain 49 base plates up top here, which is massive. And it'd be a lot of homework and a lot of work to re-render the city. Luckily, the city's on mills, so it would be not as bad as you would think. I'm strongly considering it. I know I said that when I originally built these tables, I said that I could potentially do this. But now we're at the point where I'm almost thinking we have to do this. The Lego City up top would be epic. Like, it would make the city better. I wouldn't be able to film as easy because I wouldn't be able to walk down these aisles, but it would make the city better. There would be more stuff going on down here, right? 49 base plates is huge. That's a lot of city, a lot to gain. I'm thinking about it. I'd love to read your comments, so make sure you throw them down there below. And everybody, thank you so much for coming on by. Remember to like, subscribe, and stay tuned. Farewell.